Okay, I'm
Again's
starting.
bigger
I'm
than yours.
starting. Hold on. I'm starting on standby because I have to make sure that my shit's set up right.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Mm-hmm.
Here. I am listening. Let me hear what we sound like. I think we are very quiet.
You guys are okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Fuck. I'm going to continue talking and see what it's like now. I think it's still a wee bit quiet.
Can you guys like talk at full volume in comparison to me?
Hello, 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 hello.
I can project my voice. Indeed, this is in fact an option that I possess.
Hello, I am a bear.
I think we're still a smidge quiet compared to you, Luca.
Fuck. Well, we move shit around and my audio mixers are tiny.
Hi, guy.
Ow,
The guy
ow.
who lied.
We miss
And I can
you.
also adjust. I can make myself louder. That is an option.
No, that doesn't help me because then no one else is louder.
Yep.
You know, for this to work, you guys have to like keep talking.
Oh, sorry. Gobbledygook?
I do love not being able to hear. It's so great.
Jesus
Mm-hmm.
Christ.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
I love all of you. Y'all are my bestest friends, you know.
I have a
Talk again,
potato.
Luca?
Hi, I'm Luca.
Hi, Luca.
I think it's pretty close at this point. I think overall, like, you and we are a little quiet still, but overall it's like balanced.
We're both quiet.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I have it all the way up currently, and it's still like a bit quiet to me, but
All right, can someone who's not Cole have an opinion?
probably a good idea.
I just want to confirm.
For me, we all sound very good. I have us at 70 at this moment, and we're all sounding clear, at least for me.
On the stream?
On the stream, yes.
Okay.
Guy,
all
you
right
are
to me.
in chat. Tell us
Literally,
if we
people
sound
in
like
chat.
ass.
Hi, do you want to do something? Help? Tech support? Fucking useless that chat because like, no, you're fine.
You have one fucking job here, chat. You gotta help us.
Your job is to tell me when things aren't working.
Gonna go screaming guy in a DM.
Crystal, that doesn't help.
This is like the best sweet potato I ever had. What the hell?
I'm going to continue talking. Provide a
Yeah, man.
baseline so people can understand what we sound like right now in the Discord. According to Guy in a DM, not replying in the chat. Supposedly it sounds
Crystal,
fine.
Guy.
Why, guys?
Please,
I
for
think
the love of God.
It's fine.
I'm just so disappointed that uh then just say that.
Now
Just
you
say that.
respond. I'm multitasking.
Oh, stop
Lock in.
multitasking. Actually, no, wait. If you're busy, then don't worry about it.
I'm dead, then you should be able to listen from heaven.
Can you guys hear the desktop audio, by the way? Because I realize I don't have it in my shit.
I don't think there's any desktop audio that I'm hearing from it.
I'm not hearing anything.
I'm gonna add it really quick.
Crystal. Both of these emojis that you're sending. Yes, they show your malice towards us. They still have not helped us. We love you.
Oh, I think we're in echo mode now.
We're in echo mode now, yeah.
Oh, is it picking up Discord? Yeah, let me just.
Crystal, that is that I don't.
So
Hey,
I
Crystal,
don't.
catch.
okay, so no desktop audio, is what I'm hearing.
No.
Okay, cool. Thank you for joining me for fucking tech support. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's my favorite thing. Unironically.
You're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to confirm, chat room. You can hear the silly music, yes? Okay, so I do need desktop audio. Don't tell me I don't need it when I need it.
Well, are you adding the desktop audio in general, or are you putting up the capture for the browser that
need
has the music?
I guess I just need the browser. I should have done this before. It's fine.
It's all good.
It's fine.
You're doing completely fine.
We'll say something funny.
Bingus! Nobody laughed. You have to laugh to make it actually be funny. Like, come on.
He wasn't funny though. But
Just like how fucking high res that was. Wait, what am
See,
I?
it came back around to being funny. I'm so smart.
You just got so many -2s, Cole.
Yeah.
I think those negate each other. Therefore, it is a net zero.
But you just got a third net -2.
Well, it's already moved in the positive direction, so now that also counts to positive.
Wait, what? I know that I stopped doing my first degree so I didn't have to do math, but I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
I am an engineer, kind of. Not really. I dropped out, but it's close enough.
All right, Cole, tell me if the music's too loud.
Let me here. One sec. I'm gonna. It is present, but I think it is very quiet. Well, let me hear my voice in comparison. So one sec. Yeah, I think it is pretty quiet.
I mean, I do want it in the background.
Yeah, but it's like I can barely tell it's there kind of vibe. I think it is distinctly more audible now, but it is still also very background.
All right, good
I
enough.
think, yeah, around there is good.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I forgot to do all of my shit for this. I forgot to set us to fucking GM emotes. I forgot to make sure my audio was set up. I forgot to make sure I'm fucking sharing the right version of Foundry. I am.
Good.
Look at that background. That's so cool.
Can also make up for like
It's so fucking cool.
I like looking at all the little blarbos.
Still really good.
Oh boy. Okay. Hi. We're getting into it. You guys excited?
I look at the bottom bar and I see we're dropping like flies.
We're we're kind of. This kind of feels Batman right now.
Listen, you still have the other one. He's just on the bench.
It's not the same.
And by bench, I mean prison.
I miss my boys.
Don't worry about it. You're fine.
You're about to try and murder us.
No. Hold on now, Cole. No.
I'm listening.
Luke is not about to murder us. We're about to murder a harpoon mutant motherfucker.
I said try to murder us. Trust me. I wouldn't die.
Nah,
Wow.
I'd live.
Exactly.
God,
That's the only way to go about it.
Okadokally. Well, hi.
Howdy.
Welcome
Evening.
to session 15 of Trials of Triad. Session 7 of Fading Tides. With me, your host, Luca Medupla. Keeper of the Waivus and Purveyor of the Shenanigans. With me today is the whittled down remains of Fading Tides for the moment.
We form an armless Voltron.
Who's the body?
Selman.
I don't want to be a leg.
No, cause the body has to be like the hot-headed leader type.
I thought that was the head.
That's what I'm saying, but the head is also the body. That's not a separate.
Oh, I'm thinking Power Rangers where the head is a separate piece.
That is also not how that works.
Do we have to get a Power Ranger watch party together?
Yeah, we're gonna start a Power Rangers watch party, apparently.
Hold on, no, I think
I
it
mean-
depends on the Power Ranger.
We have established that a lot of these things I just have not seen.
I'd be super
Anyway.
down for some Super Sentai, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway.
I was always about that Kamen Rider.
Anyway. With me today is Cole, portraying Ramil, the
Howdy.
wizard with a gun.
Oh yeah.
Key, portraying Echo, who is having a very not great time.
I want to see bones, but I didn't want to see these bones.
Haunting. And Bear, portraying Selman. This
I
is all your
genuinely
fault.
have no idea how to follow that one up.
By not talking over me. Anywho's it. We have to do a recap. It's been a few weeks, and last time we were here, a lot happened.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a smidge.
Tiny bit.
I don't know about a smidge, but you know. Would
So
you like
after,
one of us to... Oh, sorry, continue.
I'm gonna do my best. So after we left the Fenrir Express, ending up in Lazaloon, we had a very full gang of Fading Tides with plus extras, taking a quick break to get some drink, recoup, self-care if you ran. Ramil had a interesting interaction with somebody, but we didn't have time to really get into that, and we were off. So, Selman, Echo, Ramil, Elliot, Gigi, and Fling all made their way down on a secondary train, not the fun fancy train, down to Volanta, a shimmering glass and metal, well-constructed, beautiful, very clean city that surrounds the southern prism gate of Wayno. While there, the crime twins do what crime twins do and try to scam some people out of some money, roping both Echo and Fling into this shenanigan. This ended poorly, resulting in a very exciting police chase, all while Ramil and Selman and Elliot made sure they had safe passage through the Prism Gate back to Dharm. During this time, Gigi and Rand took the fall, letting Echo and Fling walk free from this.
Wasn't cool, man.
This was the first pain. Coming to realize that there wasn't any good way to get those two out of trouble prior to them meeting their deadline for picking up this delivery, Fling said he would stay behind to make sure he could do what he could on this end to make sure they can get out, or at the very least, keep tabs on what's going on until you guys get back. After passing through the Prism Gate, you guys made it back to Dharm. The other side of Dharm, the pretty side of Dharm. And had a not the best trek through the snowy mountains and rough terrain to make your way to Precipice, the vast city that surrounds the entirety of the chasm in Dharm. While here, you guys split up, with Echo and Selman investigating the library, and Ramil and Elliot picking up the package from the Delvers Guild with the assistance of a large man due to the size and weight of the package being moved. Unbeknownst to anyone, this individual was Carson Melling, one of the crew members, ex-crew members of Selman, during his prior employment. Selman flew into a rage and immediately started combat, which immediately escalated further as Carson Melling revealed he is void-touched, morphing and shifting into a mutated version of himself. His arm fusing to his harpoon into a grotesque flesh weapon. which during this combat, Elliot was pierced through the chest and yanked into the chasm. That is where we left off, and that is where we will pick up.
What a wonderful moment.
I don't know what you're talking about. This ain't no moment of wonder. This is a moment of pure, unseething rage.
So, as Elliot is yanked and flung into the hole, you guys find yourselves in the worst situation possible. A place in which time slows down enough for you to be painfully aware of everything that is happening and processing opportunities to react, minds racing of what you can do, and yet too quickly for your bodies to actually move as much or as far as needed to stop what is happening. So, starting with Ramil, what are your last moments, actions, and thoughts?
Ramil, having been stood nearby where Elliot was standing prior to being pierced. At first, he was going to glance over and make some snide remark, some joke about Elliot being injured again, and he couldn't dodge. Sees him being pulled away, and with his free hand, reaches out desperately to try and grab onto him. And the only thing his fingers manage to grab purchase on is the flickering end of Elliot's cape. And as he attempts to hold on, attempts to lunge forward to try and hold on to him, even if he has to cast away his gun, it's too fast. And Elliot is ripped away, leaving only a tattered shard of his cloak behind.
Keith?
Echo was most certainly the furthest away from both Carson and the group itself. Him firing from a ranged distance. He would have seen the exact firing of the harpoon and it hitting Elliot. And he wouldn't have thought much about it until he saw Elliot being lifted into the air. At that moment, Echo's entire world stopped. Even as he tried his best to track Elliot falling over the chasm, the only thing he could do is scream out Elliot's name and hold out his hand, knowing full well that he is too far away to even attempt trying to catch him, to even attempt running towards the railing and stopping him. And yet, for some reason, every fiber of his being was screaming outwardly towards him. Yet he could do nothing.
Delman, with you being the closest to Carson, most of this is happening behind you.
It takes a moment for Selman to realize what's going on. Fury, desire for blood, rage at years long past consuming him. Until he sees the moment Elliot passes from peripheral to center vision. The anger swells, the rage boils, until Carson tosses him. And like a mirror, that rage, that fury shatters in an instant, leaving nothing left but a man who has realized that his mistakes have cost another life, only to be consumed again by the fires of hatred and rage. There would be time to mourn later. For now, no more would be accepted. No more will fall to this bastard's hand. He raises his anchor and cries out in rage-filled defiance of fate.
And in this moment where time has slowed, but your bodies have frozen, you all see him careen off the edge and plunge into the darkness below. And before you, the one responsible. And with that, let's return to combat.
I believe this is the greatest time to ever say that this is such a punchable face.
Yeah, he sucks.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. Get our shit going. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Always.
put this fucker in the ground.
Okay, I believe we are going to start top of the round.
Yogi dokie.
Which apparently means it's Carson's turn.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, you guys.
I think that's fair. We were a little distracted for a good bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He does have the element of surprise.
I was not even surprised. We're just fucking staring at the hole.
The element of taking advantage of our disbelief.
The element of being an asshole.
There we go.
Having defied Selman's desires to focus on him. And do this seemingly specifically to hurt Selman. He's gonna come in for an MTAC.
Okay.
And additionally, who is that on the tracker? He's also gonna try to hit Echo. That is a 10 to hit.
That hits. Echo's defense is a 9.
Unfortunately.
Who else is he attacking?
You.
That will hit, yes. But that also procs counterattack. Okay. It says his attack goes first, though, so...
I have to finish it.
Yeah.
If I can apply this. Yep.
So... Counterattack. As a 7 to hit?
7 does not hit.
Okay. That's a whiff. He's a little bit distracted at the moment.
Back to Carson. Gonna.
Counterattack was not Selman's attack. That was
Oh.
reaction.
It was just the proc.
Alright,
Yeah.
roll back.
It's all good. I will
do
leave
have-
it open to the other two if you would like to do something. Go right ahead.
I do have a request. If
Cool.
the two of you are okay with me doing a thing.
Go off, my dude.
Cook, my man.
But- The three of you cool if I go on this one real quick?
Cook, my dude.
Okay. Ramil stands there for a moment, not even paying attention to Carson lunging forth once more and striking Selman and Echo, just staring down at his near empty hand, the only thing left in it, a part of a blue cape. And as he looks down at it, he gets a thought. And a twisted smile comes to his face. You know what? Man, I never thought anybody could make me thank that woman. But man, am I happy she made me to kill something like you. Now kindly die for me. As, from his pouch, he grasps a couple of cartridges, similar to the ones that he's loaded in his firearm. Instead of placing them into his gun, he instead grasps them in the same hand, still holding the portion of cape, and crushes them. The glass shattering, the materials spilling out and intermixing before coming into contact with his skin. And as it does, his hand, and soon after his arm, is engulfed in a brilliant, cold blue flame. As I would like to cast Flare.
Okay.
Damn, bro. As a 12 hit.
That's towards his magic defense, right?
Yep.
For sure.
Okie dokie. As he holds his hand out, and the flickering blue flames washing harmlessly over the piece of cape, searing away his clothes and skin, as it arcs out in a straight line towards Carson. I think that would be my turn.
Yeah, that hurts. That fucks him up.
Good.
Like, noticeably. He catches fire and screams. He's able to snuff it out eventually, but that did not feel good.
What's the matter? Can't take the heat.
Hi, Ramil.
Hi.
He's gonna wind up his arm to skewer you next. The red and blue and black and purple threaded muscles contort and tense, almost like a spring as he winds his shoulder back, and he's gonna shoot it out at you.
Gotcha. That does hit.
Take 26 ice damage.
Oh, yeah. That will place me into crisis.
That's crazy. He's also in crisis.
Oh, goody.
An eye for an eye, if you will.
Oh boy.
Alright. I go in Selman.
If I may, Key.
You go right ahead.
Selman, seeing that he is focusing on everyone else but him, decides that it is time to make this a problem. Selman is going to bull rush him, attempting to take him and force him into a combat where he cannot use the harpoon on anyone else. Which is a very fancy way of saying I am using provoke.
Put it in chat. Yeah.
So this is a opposed might and willpower check.
For sure.
and I will be pulling upon a bond here.
Is it your +3 bond with Elliot?
It is absolutely the +3 bond with Elliot.
He beats you by 1.
That does not include the bond because it didn't let me put it on there. I think I may have just forgot to check something.
Yeah, there's a box for you to add bonuses. And also you can just right-click it and do the bond now because you're not supposed to do it before, you only do it after.
Okay. There we go.
Now you win.
So he is slamming into him, pushing him back into the railing, and just fists at the ready. Eyes on me! You've killed too fucking many people! So he is currently enraged, unless immune.
He is not.
He is enraged and compelled to focus Selman.
His eyes are on you.
You're going to pay for everything you've done. You're going to pay for Nim. You're going to pay for Elliot. And I'm sure that there's more to collect.
His rage turns into a wicked smile as he chuckles. There's spluttering blood. And he brings his face too close to yours as he whispers to you, "If you miss her so much, I'd be happy to reunite you." As he will start to tense up his arm to harpoon you point blank. Echo, your turn.
Echo.
You're getting all of this in like cinematic framing. You're off to the side of it from all of this that just happened.
Yes. Echo had his entire world at this moment shattering. This is the first time he's seen death. Not just on creatures, not just on people. This is the first time he has seen someone legitimately killed right in front of him. And the thing that scares him most is the fact that he doesn't know how to feel about it. His eyes are wide as he watches the fight happening in front of him. But all the sound coming from it is gone. It's almost as if his ears began ringing. He looks to his left, sees the flare from Ramil. Looks to his right, sees Selman rushing. And then he looks down to his own weapon. He will slowly stand up as things are happening, stare at the two people that he still has with him. And he will reach into his back pocket and pull out a Magisphere. He doesn't do anything technologically savvy. He doesn't do anything he doesn't mess with any of the buttons that are meant to make the Magisphere work. He puts it on the ground by dropping it and smashes it with his foot, allowing whatever mechanisms that were in it to immediately burst off, as a glowing light will immediately start surrounding both Selman, Echo, and Dramiel, as he casts a heal.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Staring at Carson, staring at them, seeing the flames injuring Carson so badly. Into his own remarks, he's quite... He's quite into the finer details. And he slowly begins to tear at the core of his own weapon. And that will be the end of his turn.
Fuck yeah, brother. Okay, well, you got that heal off.
Mm-hmm.
Enraged and provoked onto Selman, he's going to harpoon strike you point blank.
You mind if I add one real quick thing about that heal?
Yeah, sure.
To both Selman and Ramil, I do apologize. But for the sake of it, you both have been hit by harpoons, but also for the sake of Ramil, your arm is on fire, and it was beginning to burn. I'd assume it was beginning to burn.
Oh, yeah.
Because of this heal, it begins to lessen. For a slight moment. Obviously, it's not too quick, but both of you will begin to feel light build at your feet and slowly surround you. Feeling a small bit of rejuvenation. Okay, thank you, sorry.
Fowler!
That is a miss and a counterattack.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
It was 1 on Dex and then 2 on Might, right?
What?
I thought that. Never mind. Ignore me.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, okay, I understand now.
Oh wait, right. We gained an ultimate point at the beginning of session, right?
Fabula, if you have none.
Yes. Thank you, sorry.
That is an 8.
That is a hit, but also a counterattack. And that does 12 thanks to Ecdysis. And counterattack. That is a 15 to hit.
That'll hit, bucko!
To flavor the attack, Selman takes the harpoon and brings the anchor down on the arm that sent it through him.
What's probably the most upsetting about that is hearing the bone snapping inside that, which means somehow his arm was still in there.
I'm going to break every single part of you before I throw you back in the void.
He has stopped talking to you and is going back and forth between laughing and screaming as he's fighting you. Through the blood, through the pain. He's enjoying this.
I believe it is Ally's turn now.
Oh yeah.
If you don't mind, I
Feel free.
this
Cool
is
with me.
just this is just for the sake that I'm not actually going to be doing anything that's helpful to the fight.
Hmm.
Aid, I want to continue with the small little thing of Echo had begun to dig his hand into his weapons core. Its power source, the way it fires. Normally, one would want to delicately do this. One would want to do this with tools on hand. But Echo... he fully rips it out. Wires and pieces of scrap falling to the ground as he tosses it to the side. And it fades. It bursts to dust. Echo reaches into his backpack and pulls out an array of parts. It seemed to be something that he was working on previously. And he haphazardly begins to put them together and shoves them into the place of where the core used to be. He is going to be invoking his magic cannon creation.
Cool.
As he pushes in this new makeshift core that begins to sputter and spark, it glows a bright, flaming red. And that red reflects off of his eyes towards Carson. He readies to fire, but that will mark the end of his turn.
So, what was your action?
Echo has recreated his magic cannon to deal fire damage.
Hago! Alright, so the turn order got mad at me, so this is where Carson would have done the thing. And then it's player's turn, but we have an ad break in 30 seconds, so we're gonna take a break.
We're gonna take a break.
Oh man, isn't tabletops fun, guys?
I agree.
I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
Adrenaline is pumping.
I am curious because I was looking forward to it. What did people think of the bit there at the start?
That was so cool.
That
That was so
really
cool.
fucking good.
I love
It was spooky.
literally any situation that points in and reminds people that Ramil is not a good person.
Nope.
Mhm.
He tries. He's fucked up.
You do try. Oh my god, don't I try?
Adjusting.
Yeah. Cool. Go get water or make piss or whatever you have to do for like the next 5 minutes.
I think I will heat up some water for tea. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I should make tea.
I will be here to entertain the chat.
I'll go use restroom.
So, chat. Questions? If you have them, I may answer.
No, we're not turning this into the bear show.
I wasn't trying to turn it into the bear show. I'm just trying to
It's
entertain people.
no, it's an ad break. We don't do anything during the ad breaks.
Okay.
See, they don't need to get entertained. That's what the bouncy box is for.
What was that? I was distracted by the bouncy box.
Exactly. Now you understand.
I'm also distracted by the silly little run.
I do love the silly run.
It's very good. Oh, is it gonna do it?
No! It was so close!
Oh,
It was so close!
so close.
Oh, this is agonizing.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bear, you having fun?
This man is going to die. But yes, I'm having much fun.
And this entire thing had me so enveloped that I forgot that I couldn't even hear.
The best kind of medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely.
Alright, I think we're back. I think we're out of ads. I think we're good to go.
Sounds good to me.
Back to the murder.
Yay! Turn that shit off. Turn this shit back on. Okay. Ramil and Selman, it's to you guys.
Would you like to go?
If you don't have a plan, then yes, I shall.
I have a plan, but I'm curious to see what you do.
Whack. That is my plan.
Then by all means.
As I said, whack.
Whack him, I dare you. I double dog dare you.
16 to hit, 23 damage.
Cool.
As
God
Selman brings the anchor around and smashes it into his head. There is no words left. There is only rage. There is only fury.
He is left in a state where you wonder how he's still standing.
If he is still standing, he will be made to kneel.
Gonna do an attack. I Ramil.
Hi. I don't
He
blame him.
can-
I get it.
He cannot.
No, he is doing a multi-attack, so that's just the second
Ah.
person he's targeting.
Okay.
I
And
know
he-
what I'm doing!
I believe in you.
That's 12 to
That
hit
does
each of
hit.
you. That is 13 damage to each of you.
That is a counterattack to him.
Well, shit.
Okay, yeah, it does factor in. So, yeah. 8 to hit.
It does.
I said, eyes on me!
I Ramil.
Are you open to me saying that Ramil actually stood stock still as the swipe went past Selman and then hit him? Just standing there as a just sword past the side of his face, leaving a gash along his cheek.
But the one that hit you, or
The one that hit him in right now, yes.
I mean, I imagine it would do more than slash his cheek if it hit you and did 13 damage.
How about the side of his torso then? Leaving a gash along that side.
That's fair.
Okay. So he stood completely stock still as that wouldn't happen. Instead, he just keeps the grin on his face as he reaches into a pouch. And let me know if you're cool with this flavor. I'd like to describe it first just to see it.
Okay. Before you do, does it have any lore implications that I have to be worried about?
No.
Okay.
It's just flavor. It's
Right.
like I am going to be technically using elemental weapon, but you'll see what I mean in a second.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. As he'll reach into a pouch, and then in between the fingers, then produce individual bullets. As he holds them in the hand coated in flames. You know what? I think this will be a bit more fun. As he holds the hand out in Carson's direction and snaps his fingers. So I would like to cast Elemental Weapon and launch a bullet.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. It is going to be of the fire type. So I'm going to still use...
I have no idea why elemental weapon does that, but I'm like, yeah, elemental weapon!
It's neat.
I like it.
I want to know how I can make other things do that.
I don't know.
Mm.
But I like to die. This is against a magic.
That will hit.
Hell yeah. It's also fire damage.
Cool. Which he's vulnerable to. As you reduce him to 0 HP. The shot tearing through him irrevocably. He crumples to the ground on hands and knees, wheezing. As he starts pooling blood and blabbering and muttering. His arm writhes. Selman, you are closest to him. Can you give me a double int to hear what he's saying? Double insight.
Insight. Rolling.
Easy. Muttering and gurgling over and over and over again, he is saying, "You'll join her. You'll join her. You'll join her."
Selman walks...
No time.
No time?
As Carson escalates.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
You watch him melt. His body sloshing into a black and blue puddle. And for a time, you think it's over. And then it moves. grows. It twists. Back into a kneeling form that almost resembles what he was. As that grotesque muscle entwines on itself into arms and more arms that turn into tendrils that turn into what looks like mutated recreations of the harpoon he carried.
Oh.
As you guys enter combat phase 2 against Carson Melling.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's so cool. Yo.
We're doing Resident Evil now. Hell yeah.
Shout out to the Coming Shores homies who I'm like, hey, you guys want to see a spoiler?
Nah, Luca, I love this shit. I love me some body horror.
I do too. Why do you think I draw it all the time?
Fucking high five.
Yeah. Let me see if I can refresh the combat. There we go. That's what I.
Hell yeah.
That's what I wanted. Yeah, brother. Couldn't figure out why the combat tracker wasn't showing up. I realized because we had to refresh it. Versus now Voidborn Carson Melling. Let's re-roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Yes, everybody does get a Fabula point, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
This-
Who's lead on initiative today?
I'm gonna actually say you guys get 2, because technically you guys should have gotten a first one when he revealed himself to be a villain.
That's fair.
There you
So,
go.
please take 2 Faba points.
Mm-hmm.
Want it.
Faba points. Okay.
You know what? How about P, would you like Echo to lead our initiative?
Oh boy.
Mr. Longear, let's go.
Welcome to the team.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a group check.
Hover over it, it'll say how to do initiative.
Shift click for initiative.
I will choose to support it. Alakawa.
I don't think knowledge of power affects this, so.
Nope. Alright, that's all you get. Only the 3 of you.
Yep.
I can understand why we'd be a little off balance right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is a 6, though.
Alright, let me... If my eyes don't betray me, I don't think that's enough.
I don't think so.
Alright,
Nah, bro.
Carson goes first.
I should have warned you guys. I have a -2 to initiative.
Well,
We have made our choices, and we will roll with it.
I
was
think
gonna
thematically, it still makes sense. Echo is the most put together out of the three of us, oddly enough, right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. Mm.
You want to talk to the guy who's losing his mind in rage, or the guy that's actually on fire right now?
Yes.
Fair.
Man. This is gonna be
Man.
fun. Good luck!
Thanks, Luca.
Alright, so his 3 skiers are gonna come out, each and every single one of you,
Oh, fun.
as they whip out of the mass that he now is and lash at a lot of you.
No.
That is a hit for me.
Oh,
That
wait,
is
it's
a miss.
Oh, it does hit me, actually. I lied.
Why would you lie to
I
However-
thought it was a different thing.
Counterattack.
me?
Oh, crisis, my beloved.
Alright,
I
you take
just
this.
healed you.
Alright,
Do it
Oh,
again!
I got 1 heal for 2 hits. Chop, chop.
because Selman entered Crisis from his attack, Adrenaline and Biophagy both activate, which means he takes 2 extra damage, and Selman recovers 5 hit points.
That's pretty deep.
Wow!
I think Biophagy is what I'm gonna go levels in next.
Alright. Y'all are up.
The 2 of you are welcome to go first if you would like. I'm planning on getting my mana back, so I'm going to use inventory points on that in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait and see what happens to you guys first before I make any of my actions.
Sounds like a bear moment.
Yeah, I'm going to find out whether or not this guy is immune to some status effects. Selman is going to just look at the new monstrous form of Carson, spit on the floor, and sneer at him. I always knew you were a fucking monster. At least the outside match is in now. And he's going to use Provoke.
He's doing his profile. He's making the face from his profile picture. He's making the face.
So this is a might willpower.
Okie dokie. Cool.
Well, that's a result.
Yeah, we're gonna beat that.
Is that an automatic beat or a reroll? Just
It's a reroll.
okay.
I don't have legendary actions. Okay.
Yo.
Oh, here we go again.
Yep.
Watch all those green little eyes on his face shift and glide through the swirling muscle mass to all shift their attention to you, Selman.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my
I
gosh,
was
the resistant
seeing-
eyes!
I was actually seeing if I could change that because technically, since the combat ended, Icdesis would not be active anymore.
It did not end.
Oh, it did not end?
We
Okay.
just refreshed initiative, that's all.
Okay. Just making sure of that.
Yeah, we're still in the scene, so don't
Mm-hmm.
don't worry about it. Sick.
And that would be my turn. So, next.
Okay.
He's going to stab.
That is a hit.
Damn.
And that'll do damage.
I just want to remind people you have a group sheet. Just keep that in mind. Okay, cool.
Say that again?
You guys have a group sheet. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we don't forget about these things.
I appreciate the reminder. It was not on my mind.
I'm going to ask a very stupid question. What is a group sheet?
I literally told you about it. I'm like, hey, we have group sheets now. They're in your journals.
Ah.
I will also say I like this track a lot.
It's
Mhm.
really good. It's really, really good.
Mm. Alright. Romeo and Echo.
Aye.
Falls in your court.
Would you still like to wait?
For the sake of the fact that if Selman gets hit again, he might possibly go down, and since he's provoked, I either have to heal him, or I have to hope that he doesn't get hit, or I'm gonna throw a gamble. Bear, I hope you're okay with it. If you prefer me to just heal you, I can just heal you, but I can do
Key?
something that would help all of the group at this moment.
Key, do what Echo would do. I believe in you, little buddy.
I smile. Echo looks at his rifle, and he literally looks up, sees that his previous Magisphere, shattered on the ground, has already had its use used up. He looks at his rifle, he looks at Carson. His trigger finger quivers for a second. But he throws his rifle to his side. Reaching into his back pocket again, and this time pulling out a tech cube. Normally he has to input a specific code into it. He doesn't. He breaks it in half, and once again slams it down to the ground, casting barrier on all three of us.
Ah,
That's super useful.
having a 12? Pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
I think I could make a
Brambles.
effect for that, but we're just gonna remember everyone. It's 12.
Yeah, okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
I can count that high.
Brambles will flash and begin to grow towards everyone. And rather than restrict your bodies, they clamp against it, almost seeming to work as an armor around you. a small, soft pulse, and they stop growing, fitted around all three of us. And Echo says softly, "We're not letting you get away."
I believe if we go into the settings part of our character sheet, we might be able to add a defense bonus to our thing down in the global bonuses.
We would just have to remember to remove them later.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it manually for now. I have to edit that barrier stuff to actually have the effects on it.
Mm-hmm.
But how I will remember the number.
12!
12. Everyone's AC at this moment is 12.
Mm-hmm. For defense specifically, right?
Yes, only
Oh.
defense, not magic defense.
Okay, just
You know,
check.
you could have told me you needed these spells so I could, like, give them to you, right?
I've had these spells since session 0.
I know. I'm just saying.
I did tell you about them.
I would never forget anything. I don't forget things.
I thought that since I made them and you didn't do anything else with them, I was like, I'm sure I'm fine.
I didn't know they were there!
I swear to God, that is the end of Echo's turn.
I
His
love my
trigger
friends.
finger is quivering heavily now.
Emil?
Howdy. Does Carson not get to go?
I mean, you can look in the combat tab to see whose turns it is.
Well, Echo just went. So wouldn't it be...
He only has 2 turns.
Oh, I'm a goober then. Okay. Yokie dokie. In that case, Ramil will reach into a pouch at his side, produce a glass vial with a blue liquid in it. He's going to consume the drink. As he does so, as he removes the cork with his mouth and spits it out to the side. You know what? Been a while since somebody really ran me dry. Looks like this is gonna be fun. That'll be my turn.
Take a drink every time Emil says, you know what?
Leave him alone. He's being piloted by someone with the tism. Leave him alone.
He's my favorite little murderous Ehaw! My Ehaw wizard! I love him!
Just as a small warning, Echo has no way to heal any of you. You are down to you being able to use your elixirs and only that.
Oh boy, am I glad I used 4 points on setting up the camp last time.
Yep.
Tee.
Life's a bitch.
Mhm.
No regrets. Ramil in this moment would have the blue sippy, not the red sippy.
Carson is going to guard
Mm. Okay.
as his tendrils coil up around him until he's just a mass.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel a tension building within him as if he's preparing to do something.
Oh goody. Can I go first this time actually?
You
Yeah.
may.
Awesome. Ramil will watch the creature that was once Carson curl up. Come on now. Too soon to go home. Why don't you stay and play? As you will once more raise out his hand, flames flickering past his fingers as a flare will arc out. Interesting tidbit about flare. If that doesn't hit, I would like to invoke, if that is viable.
For sure.
Okay. So I can re-roll that. I would like to invoke.
Wait, what are we doing?
You didn't roll yet. You haven't rolled flare.
It did.
I
It
did.
shows it on my end.
It does not show
It just
on
says
our-
Ramil spent 20 mind points on flare.
I show the result of 6.
I see it though. Oh no, it's not showing in chat, but I see it.
Are you rolling to the GM possibly?
Oh, oopsie daisy. Yeah, I had the drop down. I set that
mhm.
earlier because I was going to ask Luca if we wanted to pause for the ad break. I forgot to switch it back. My bad. But yeah,
so
that's
6
my bad.
hits.
Oh, it hits? Awesome. Never mind. Fun fact about Flare is it ignores all resistances.
We're just gonna do that. Just to be sure. Ow.
Look, you're not going to get anywhere hiding. How about you just come on out? We'll make it quick for you. And that'll be my turn.
Mhm.
Okie dokie. Sorry, I'm having issues. Cool. On Carson Smellings. Or whatever the fuck he is now. Next turn. All that pent up energy comes bursting out. As all of those tendrils shoot out like rockets at all 3 of you.
Oh boy.
Please don't roll above a 12. Please don't roll above a 12. Please don't roll above. Yes!
And that is a counterattack proc. Speaking of 12,
12!
which activates adrenaline,
He takes
so
his-
2 extra damage, and biophagy.
Sick.
Sick.
All right, I believe it is our go. Key, do you mind?
Do whatever you need to. You are the lowest on health at this moment.
Go get
Okay.
your life stealing.
May I roll a double willpower to see if he even has the wherewithal to think, maybe I should keep myself from dying first?
I would rather you make your own decisions and character of what your character would do than put it to dice.
Understandable. But then he is attacking.
That's pretty good.
Mhm.
Ouch!
And once again, biophagy and adrenaline both activate.
Hell yeah. We love a man that can just self heal. Echo.
Echo seeing Selman being extremely stupid will quite literally start running towards him, rifle in hand. And not exactly like shoulder check him. He's not attacking Solomon. He's trying to just move to Salmon's side to yell right next to him. Salmon! You're too hurt. Take a moment to actually heal. And Echo is going to point blank raise his rifle and fire his rifle for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
The new rifle.
The new rifle. Hold on. Sorry, I need to find it. Where is it? There it is.
Being that close, Echo would probably be able to see biophagy taking effect, however that effect is.
Echo wasn't looking at Selman, he was just yelling to get Selman's attention.
Ah,
His eyes are remaining on Carson completely.
understood.
Ow, fire hurts.
The blast that fires out is basically a flamethrower on full blast.
Yeah, and the actual muscles catch a flame and seem to react and writhe. He's less of a body at this point and almost like a pile of earthworms.
Can we rename him to Carson Melting?
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah. Echo, seeing his body writhe and the flames burn at him, a part of him wishes he wants to get a sample of it. But then his eyes narrow and he just says to Carson, in the most serious voice I think anyone will have ever heard Echo actually speak in, "It'll all be over soon."
Ow!
When the fuck did we get on an ASMR chat? Jesus, that sent shivers.
Nobody on fading tides is well adjusted.
I think we're the correct amount of adjusted for the thing we're looking at right now, actually.
You know what? Fair. You have to meet some pretty horrendous people on your journeys. However, they also have to meet you.
Just be the scariest thing in the room, you're fine.
Alright. He's gonna try to gut Selman. That's a crit.
Damn.
Ooh, that's gonna
Not
fucking hurt.
good. But that max rolled? Holy crap.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Holy fuck.
Let me pull up the opportunities.
It's a good thing you lifestealed, huh?
Mhm. I kind of wish that I had used Ecdysis last turn, or last time he hit me, because then I'd be dark resistant.
You're fine.
Darkness, darkness, darkness.
Hmm.
God, this music goes hard.
It's a good
It
track.
really does.
Please stand by while I cook.
Yoki dokie.
I'm getting a little
Holding.
avant-garde with this.
That's
Go
my
off.
favorite. Gotta be honest, the throat singing goes really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I do actually want to learn to sing. It's been on my docket for a while.
Okay. Bear, I want your consent before I do this.
Mm-hmm.
Carson is going to adjust your bonds.
Fuck me up, fam.
As he skeers you,
Mm-hmm.
you feel two void creatures, one void touched, one void born, intermingling. As whatever is affecting Carson seeps into you.
Mm.
Your perspective on the events that have transpired today and leading up this moment has been artificially skewed by this monster. Because taking things away from you is not enough. He wants it to be your fault. He wants you to know it's your fault.
Mm.
And against your better judgment, he plants a seed of doubt and blame towards Echo.
Mm-hmm.
For being... You know what? No. He's making you blame Rand for not being here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You have a bond of hatred with Rand now.
Oh.
Ooh.
And the idea that if Rand was here, so would Elliot potentially is placed in your mind as he pulls away.
Oh, that's not gonna come back and be a really fun scene later.
You're welcome.
Oh no.
Alright, well that's his crit.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, free bond!
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
Thank you, Mr. Melting.
That is his name now. Okay, Remiel, Echo, Selman. You each have a turn.
I'm fine with whatever order.
I think Selman needs to go because if not, I'm going down next.
Echo
I
did
am-
give the
okay.
way for actually telling him to heal.
Yep, and Echo, right between that and Echo rightfully smacking him upside the head, he is going to use I believe it's an elixir.
An elixir is for mind points. I believe.
Remedy then. My
Yeah.
apologies.
Ayo.
Estes.
Nice.
So
I like how
he is
much it does.
going to take He's actually going to grab one from Echo because he does not carry them himself, and basically just smash it against him because he honestly deserves the pain of the glass.
Spend 3 inventory points.
I did.
Yeah.
And that will be his turn.
Oh my god, I just went into looking at my inventory. I forgot I have an eel.
You still have the eel? I thought
I still have the eel. Check it out.
I thought we ate it.
Slap him with it.
Did we? I don't remember us.
Okay, well, fuck it. You have an eel, I guess.
Load the eel into a
agree.
magical cannon.
Lest that become relevant, you have an eel.
I agree with Cole. Smack him with it.
Oh, don't. I'm. When Carson is at 0 hit points, I will ask to be selfish, but also it's your. He's technically your enemy, so I'm not going to take anything from you. But that is for a later talk.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so that was Selman's turn. Because I don't believe you can do anything if you choose to use an item unless you have a special ability like Echo.
Inventory actions, they still count as actions, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Carson is still enraged and targeted on Selman.
Yes.
Carson is going to make an attempt to hinder you.
Fun.
He's going to try to wrap some yucky little muscular tendril worm things around you and pull you down.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say that's, probably might dex. It's mostly just strength of holding you down.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll say dex. Okay. That's an 8.
Yeah.
Cool. He's gonna spend another Ultima point to try to do it again.
Do it again.
That's a 4, so no. Oh, Carson. Oh, you silly boy.
All of his status attacks have been not hitting, but his attacks have been hitting hard.
Alright. Well. Hold on, wait, who went? It was...
Selman
Yeah,
and Carson
Selman.
have gone.
Then him. Alright, Ramil and Echo.
Would you like to go, or should I?
You go ahead, my friend.
Okie doke. Ramil, still standing off to the back, arcs his hand through the air, swiping away some of the falling snow. You know what? You really burn well, you know that? Come on. One more shot. You can take it, right? As he will then snap his fingers again and arc out an additional flare at the creature's form as it hunches over Selman. And
Holy
Kablam.
shit.
Jesus Christ.
this is what the sippy was for.
Fucking magic does lots.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my god.
Everybody look at him. Look at him.
Uh-huh.
Look at the number that pops up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Boy!
Oh. Oh my god.
That's some good fucking damage right there.
Oh, you really burn well.
And a monstrous, inhuman scream mixes in with the hissing of burning muscle and flesh
That'll be my turn.
He muscles as he's screaming part through the fire. And you can actually see where his mouth is. He's all mouth. You just see teeth.
Echo, without hesitation, sort of racks his magic cannon, steam exhausting from every orifice of it, as he begins to approach Carson as he's screaming in pain. He gets closer and closer and then places the rifle right against him and fires again.
It's just a never-ending barrage of screaming and writhing.
Echo's glasses are shining in the light, almost hiding the silhouette of his eyes, showing pure malice. But he says nothing as he stares into the flaming body. That's his turn.
On Carson's turn, he's gonna guard. Yell her up.
May I?
Sure.
Take it.
Wow.
Okay. $15 towards everybody.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, looking a little wear for worse for
You
Neil.
all take an additional 5 points of damage from Enhanced Guard.
Oh, an additional 5, you say?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Echo has entered crisis.
Nap time.
Ooh.
You surrendering?
I believe I'm required to. This is the first time I've gone down, so I'm actually not sure what my options are, to be honest.
You could die.
Well, I am on fire. No.
Okay. Alright, Ramil surrenders.
As Ramil will get blasted back, and he rolls across the snow until he comes to a stop near the pit's edge.
All this man does is take. Oh, he's upside down! Hi, Echo. It happened again.
Echo double taps. A burst of flame, once again, firing outwards. His magic cannon is steaming to all hell.
I don't know how to skip your turn. Because you're marked as defeated, Gordo.
Oh, reveal now.
He's just sleeping. He's fine.
Oh, Ramil, yeah.
With the Alacanuke.
And Carson is going to wind up that larger spear tendril one more time to go for Selman.
Mm-hmm. It's a hit.
Echo and Selman.
I suppose I will go. Selman is going to look back to Echo for just a moment, seeing Ramil on the ground, and there's another moment of clarity through the rage, through the fury. Echo, go! And he's going to point to Ramil before charging in to try and draw all of the attention so that Echo can take Ramil and run. He is going to do this by whack.
No need. He had 4 HP left.
May I do a description?
You may.
After he tells Echo to run, he swings down the anchor to make a loud noise to draw every eye of this beast onto himself once more. And he starts walking, dragging the anchor through the snow-covered grounds, every step heavier than the last, as the healing remedy that he had crushed over his chest seeps into the groove caused by the old wounds that he had received thanks to Carson's doing. They drip down, and Carson can see the same thing that he saw the last time he and Selman had met. Rage and anger and fury as Selman slowly draws the anchor with him, ready to finally put an end to this. He pulls the anchor up, hefts it as high as he can, and shouts, "To the abyss with you!" and slams it in between those green eyes. He rips it away and slams it again, and again, and again, and again, and again! Until there's nothing but viscera and gore coating him, coating the anchor, and coating whatever was left of the bastard known as Carson Melling. And he stands in the middle of the gore and shaking from the rage and the fury, blood and healing remedy dripping from him. And he just looks up to the sky.
You guys
Small foot.
have a moment to regroup.
Small footsteps walking towards Selman.
Selman has dropped the anchor into the viscera, half buried into the ground where he had left it. Once he had finally realized that there was no more flesh to pulverize, that he was just attacking the ground. He's just staring up at the sky, watching the gentle snow fall.
Selman.
It takes him a long moment to respond before he wipes a bloody arm over his face. He yanks the anchor out of the ground and puts it over his shoulder. Grab her, Mia. We're leaving.
I can't carry him. I was coming to ask you.
He lets out a deep sigh, then grab Chia. I can carry the package. I can carry Ramil. I can't carry Chia.
We can't leave this here.
Then burn it.
That's what I'm doing.
Burn it and cast it into the blasted abyss where it belongs.
Just go. Go tend to Ramil real quick. I'll take care of it.
Selman is going to go grab the package and grab Ramil. Find some way to juggle both of them in the anchor.
Echo is going to stare at the chasm. Then he is going to kneel down towards the viscera. And he's going to reach into his backpack and pull out 2 items. 2 vials. One is empty. One is filled with a red substance. Blood. Echo looks back to the chasm and then looks down to Carson. And he will then take a small sample of whatever viscera it might be, whatever might constitute as blood from this creature. Not a person, a creature. May he do so.
You can add a vial of voidborn viscera to your treasures.
Bringing it to the light, he clasps it in his hands and puts it in his pocket, and then stares at the vial of blood that he carries. And then something seems to be on his cheek. Doesn't feel like snow, but it feels wet. Why is it wet? Staring at the vial, he touches his cheek and sees water. What a strange thing to find in this moment. And without even taking a moment to investigate, he puts the vial of blood away, lifts his gun to the body, and no matter how many shots it takes, he says one small thing. I promised I'd find a way to help you. Don't worry, Elliot. I'll keep to that promise. And help others just like you. He will not leave Carson's body until it is nothing but the stone underneath it and ash.
And Selman, as you walk away, lugging weight, Ramil, your obligation, the weight of what you couldn't do. Hear the licking of flames as you walk away, resonating off the buildings, reverberating out of the chasm. You hear gunshot, gunshot after gunshot. And you know each one is erasing that monster farther and farther away from this plane of existence, but God, it can't happen soon enough.
No matter how many shots, it'll never erase the second name that will be carved onto the anchor tonight. He just hopes to whatever cruel amalgamation that is there, that calls itself fate, that he doesn't have to add a third name tonight as he grips Ramil a little bit tighter.
Ramil,
Howdy.
you are unconscious,
Yep.
and you will remain so until you get proper rest.
Yep.
However, are there any thoughts or dreams that Ramil experiences during these eepy times?
There is a dream, yes. It's a frequent memory. A night that he has lived through countless times in his mind, and he would give anything to do over. He finds himself in that home, the one where he was adopted into and raised, having just uncovered a terrible secret, and stood looking at his adoptive mother, gun raised towards her, and with eyes closed, pulls the trigger. The sound is silent to him, But this time when he opens his eyes, it's not his mother falling to the ground. It's Elliot. And then flames take the house and all within it.
And as that dream fades with the fire and you look at the gun, what you used to commit these atrocities, the gun is not there and you only see the blue piece of cloth. Well, I'm a dummy and we did that over the ad break, but we're gonna take 5 anyway.
I didn't get an ad. Oh wait, that's
you are a
because I was
sub.
gifted. That is because I was gifted to subbed.
You've been sniped. You were immune.
I forgot.
I wanted to interject, but I felt like it would throw off the moment too much. I think the ad happened specifically when Mr. Melting was dying.
Yes, I'm aware. I didn't want to interrupt it.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already got my tea. I don't gotta use the restroom, so I'll just chill for
I
a few
heated
minutes.
up water and then I didn't get my tea, so I have to like go do that. Now.
Get your tea.
I'll get my tea.
As you get your tea,
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Everybody go do something.
I will continue being
I'm
unconscious.
going to lay here in my chair and wonder how the fuck I managed to find such amazing role players to join in with.
I'm
This
having a
was
wonderful
one of
time
my
with this.
favorite scenes ever.
I love my dude. Key made me fucking cry. Key got me. Fuck.
Fucking Key
Oh, yeah.
absolutely got me.
Key with his
Oh,
I
yeah.
promised I'd help you. I'm like, no!
No, the scene that got me was the water. That got me.
He's never
Third.
cried. He doesn't know what crying is.
This was fantastic from start to finish.
I hope I was able to add and enhance your guys' scene and didn't take away from them.
You did so good.
I think your interjections were fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Oh,
Did you guys like the
explaining-
fight?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I loved it.
I'm actually super happy Ramil got knocked the fuck out. That works so well.
In the best of ways.
I was going back and forth between, man, I hope we don't wipe. Like, I hope it's not a team surrender. But I also hope, like, somebody goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Nearly 2 people went down. I tell you, if Selman had missed his attack and it was left to Echo to actually kill Carson, oh boy, would it have been very different, but also very similar to what Selman did.
Mm-hmm.
Bear. So if Selman went down, and that was the only time I was ever going to accept doing this idea that I had,
Mm-hmm.
Echo performing the last shot, he would have taken a book from the bookstore and started bashing the head in of Carson with said
Oh.
book. He would have straddled on top of the mass of tentacles and started bashing at the skull of it.
I've heard of throwing the book at him, but this is ridiculous.
Boo.
but I can say with the utmost certainty, you getting the last hit and doing that scene, chef's kiss.
I'm glad it was Selman.
That worked
I
really,
was
really well.
like, I was waiting to see who ended up with the last hit, and either way, he was gonna go in and fucking triple, quadruple, make sure that whatever this fucking thing is it's never getting up again.
I
Mhm.
was so thrilled when I saw like, ooh, vulnerable to fire damage. Oh, really? Oh,
And it's
really
almost
now?
like I try to design the fights to encourage you guys to pay attention to that and strategize.
Oh yeah.
I hope you liked the literally choosing to take all else out and just replace his core with like a makeshift fire core.
I loved you fucking slamming shit together mid fight. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's hot. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Real
He has
good shit.
abandoned all sense of like perfection in his craft. He needs his shit to work, and he's going to make it work.
Man. Punished Echo is here, guys.
Mhm.
Easy.
God, this is so good.
I love my friends.
Whoa!
Wah.
Mhm.
The Dark Echo arc begins.
Yep.
We are
I'm,
Echo.
I'm really happy I went with the giggly, evil, laughy, angry. I think that worked really well here.
That was a really fucking good moment. Like I loved
It
that.
was the 3 different versions of insanity. I'd like to put it.
Oh
They
yeah.
all had very different vibes.
Mm.
It was good.
I mean, it's not over. We still have to, like, all recoup and actually talk about what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna
I'm unconscious.
go well.
Wait
Everything's
till
gonna
Well,
go
it's a word
very
for it.
well.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick.
I hope y'all are enjoying it. We got a little bit left. We got like another hour.
Yeah.
Another hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like I said, this has
Yeah.
been fucking fantastic from the very beginning thus far.
I do like that I've been like more confident. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
Dragon was taken with Stone. Thank you for the 41 months. That's
Gamer.
crazy.
Gamer.
There's people who've been like, yeah, like the fucking, that's 41 months. How many years is that?
Over 3.
That's over 3 years. Fuck.
It's like 3.5.
Man,
Hey, guess what? You're a cool streamer.
they deserve better. I don't stream enough.
You
You can do it when you feel like it.
Dude, work stream life balance is fucking tricky.
Trust me, I get it. I get it.
I don't know how you do what you do.
I set a schedule and I schedule around it. If I'm
I have
busy,
to
I'm busy.
I have to stream when I don't have anything going on and also correspond that with, when, timeless doesn't work so I can actually, be with my boyfriend.
I am back.
Welcome back. I will say it helps that I don't have to plan around somebody else's schedule too. That is a point in my favor.
Okay, well we can't all be based like that.
Teehee.
All right, back to the trauma.
Hooray.
Let's go.
Hooray!
I'll go back to being unconscious.
I'll go back to Echo. One quick thing that I would actually ask for before we actually leave Precipice, if we are leaving Precipice entirely.
Can we find a doctor for my body?
Yeah, you are, like
Echo's the doctor.
in a town where you could like, get inventory points and like, pay for some rooms to get, rested up fully.
Can I get
True.
a doctor that doesn't have viscera in his possession?
Echo,
Sorry, they're at a network.
after Echo in his final shot, positive that not a single trace other than the burned ash and the heated stone ground that is melting the snow that lands on top of it. After ensuring not even a single ounce of that thing survived. Echo finally relents to what was said by Selman. Not a single thing that Selman told Echo was followed. Echo ignored every single command, every single ask, until he walks over and finally picks up Chia. He stares at Chia for a moment. And he tucks her under his arm. He slings his rifle. And he picks up one of the books that was scattered about from when the opening doors and the shelves were broken off. He walks over to the chasm. He holds up a random book. He didn't pick it. And he lets it fall from his hands to follow after Elliot. And then he walks away. Closest thing to a funeral that Elliot deserves. Because it's closest to where his body was. He needs to catch up to Ramil and Selman now. He makes sure that Chia is safe in his arms, hugs her tight, and begins to chase after, to catch up.
Once Selman had noticed that you were not following, he would just be standing there, waiting, not looking up, just kind of eyes unfocused on the horizon.
Let's take him to a doctor. Hopefully they won't turn into it. Hopefully they won't cause.
Someone just gently balancing the things he's carrying, puts a hand on Echo's shoulder and starts looking for some form of a doctor, of a medic. Ramil is currently the most important thing.
Echo will shrug and shove someone's hand off his shoulder. Not making eye contact with someone whatsoever.
Selman hasn't been meeting his eyes this entire time. He doesn't fight it. He just starts walking.
It wouldn't take you guys very long to find somewhere where Ramil can get treatment and recover. You'd have to spend the night in Precipice.
When Ramil has been taken care of and is being treated, Selman would slip out the door to whatever clinic they had found, stumble off to the side, lean back against the wall, and slide down until he's sitting. And just stare back up at the sky, letting the snow fall onto his face, into his wounds, and just would sit there and let it collect.
Echo would be waiting by Ramil's side. The entire time, he would not even, for a moment, take his eyes off of Ramil's injuries. He'd set Shia gently on, if possible, a table nearby or a nightstand right next to the bed that Ramil might be laying in. He makes a note in his notebook, an update to something. And then leans forward, putting his hands clasped together to his forehead. And he lets out a soft breath. No sigh of relief. No refreshment after the events that just took place. Just a breath of exhaustion and confusion. The only move to wait for next is to wait for Ramil to wake up.
Okie dokie. The cost of the three of you spending the night to recover in town is going to be 10 Z's each.
Selman would pay for all three of them.
Okay. Take out 30.
Without telling Echo.
All right. Echo is unaware of this.
So, resting up.
So resting, for our purposes, Ramil can regain consciousness. If you'd like to play that out.
I think that'd be fun, yeah.
Cool. If y'all want to use your theater, you can. If you just want to play it off the scene, you can do that too. I don't care.
I like the theater.
I also
I
like the theater. I'm glad we're in agreement.
I'm surprised I'm awake. Whoa. Hang on.
Oh.
Oh, sleep time, bedtime. Fuck happened to you down there?
I don't know why I'm there.
Why are you spooky?
Fix your emotion, you freak.
There we go.
Oh god, it unsquimshed you too. After some time, the gashes being stitched and bandaged, the burns along his hand and arm treated and wrapped as well. He eventually does groggily come back to his senses. I'm I need a fucking smoke.
Probably not the healthiest thing. Echo will be directly to Remiel's right.
Ah, good
His-
morning, notebook.
Echo isn't looking at Remiel. His entire body is leaned down, his head in his hands. He said that from a muffled voice.
Remiel looks to his side and finds his pack. He leans over with his good arm, pulls out a cigarette to put in his mouth. You know, you really should speak up if you're trying to talk. He goes to snap his fingers with his other hand, like he normally does to light it, but he finds that he can't really raise his arm quite all the way yet. Hell. Got a light?
I said it's not a good idea to try smoking after your injuries.
Well, he didn't stab me in my lung. I think I'll live.
Fine. Echo will reach out and rip out the makeshift core to his magic cannon. It makes a sound of something powering down. All the lights that were powered seem to go dark, and he holds out a glowing red core. Hold it to the... It'll take a moment, but it's hot. Very hot.
He takes the cigarette out from his mouth and holds it against the core for a few moments, letting it slowly start to smoke and sizzle against it. So, you look like you got something on your mind.
I've got nothing.
That's a load of shit if I ever heard it. How about you speak up? Because I'm not going anywhere quick, and if you're sitting here, you might as well keep me occupied. How about that?
You ever taken the own advice that you take yourself?
What's that, huh?
Except that when I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. Just like you.
See, there's a bit of a difference, kid. I don't talk about things I've already screamed and cried about. You just don't want to feel it.
And why is that any of your business?
It's my fucking business, because the same fucking thing just happened to us. That's why it's my goddamn business. Because you don't get to sit there and not feel when somebody fucking died.
Glad to see you're awake. Echo will stand up and start to turn around and walk away.
Thanks for the line, kid.
Fuck off.
I think you're the one doing that one, kiddo.
Ramiel, you're left alone.
And he sits there, puts the cigarette into his mouth, inhales deeply, and exhales. And he sits quietly by himself.
Hi, Summon.
Selman would sit outside until he could feel the cold truly starting to affect him, until the stinging of the snow falling into his cuts, into his wounds, subsides, until only numbness remains, and then he would walk inside to get treated for early stages of hypothermia and his earlier wounds. This is also when he would pay for all three of them, and he would consider for just a moment seeing if Ramil is awake, and then realize he does not have the strength to be able to have whatever conversation would rely on Ramil's presence.
Where's Echo during this?
Echo would have probably shoved past Selman, or not shoved past him, but walked past him. He would have left the clinic or whatever place they're staying in just to go out into the snow, and he's going off to do the one thing that he can only think of that would clear his mind. Build. Tinker. He already tore away the core to his magic cannon, and it was already an unstable abomination. He's not going to use that core. Ramil, when he handed you the core, he dropped it after it lit the cigarette, and it blew away to dust. He needs to find a replacement to all of the parts he's already used. He needs to build. He needs to tinker. He's not going to let someone who, throughout the entire time of their trip, barely spoke to him about anything emotional or attaching. He's not going to let someone immediately try and talk to him about something that he's never experienced before. He has no right. There are two people he doesn't want to talk to right now. Sad to say that they're both his companions. His only companions. But he continues walking in the cold towards the shop.
And as you do, thoughts claw at your mind of when this trip was fun and good. You remember the people who didn't treat you like a kid, who didn't dismiss you, who didn't shame you from where you're from. And neither are here. And one of them you're never going to see again.
Memories flashing through his eyes. He's already used to the monolithian cold. He had to live in a tower. A cold one. But even then, he has never felt so cold. The memories that he'd hope would warm his heart. They made it more vulnerable. You can't. Stop thinking about it. Focus on the parts that you need to get. Find a shop. And work it out just like you worked it out when you were kicked out of Monolith. Breathe.
Before I call this rest scene to a close, is there any other scenes people would want to have or bonds they want to form?
We can only make one bond, can't we?
You can only
Yep.
adjust one bond per rest scene, so you can remove a bond, make a new bond, or add a new emotion to a bond. Or change an emotion. We can only do one adjustment.
Echo would like to form a bond of mistrust with Ramil.
Go for it.
May I... It's during this rest scene that I'm able to refill my inventory points, right?
Yeah, you have to pay for them though.
He currently has 1 out of 8. He's going to pay for 4 to have 6 out of 8.
So that's 40 Z's.
He will be
I would-
paid.
I would also like to refill up to a full 8, so I'll pay 70 for that.
Poggers.
Oh wait, that's I have 10 inventory points. I forgot about that. I'm still keeping.
You're
the
a
same
big
6.
boy.
I'm a big boy.
Got
Don't
all
worry,
of them.
I'm still keeping 6 out of 10 for the sake of the fact that I can definitely get 4 back in the time that we go.
And I was gonna ask if anyone wanted to do any camp activities, but
I think we're occupied.
I'm somewhat of an empath, and I'm not feeling like anyone is up for camp activities right now.
Actually, hold on. Wait.
Would you like a magic lesson, Echo?
Actually, wait. Hold on.
you.
Wait. Can I actually do this? Because this actually mixes perfectly with the fact that Echo doesn't want to be around the 2 people that he has to be around. I would like to invoke my camp activity of exploration. He's already walking around searching for things.
For sure. You can go to the outskirts or even, like, just walking around town looking for what you can find. Go ahead and explore. Do your roll.
I'm gonna do the roll.
Do the roll.
Actually,
Woo! 4!
nice.
That puts
Pretty
me
good.
That's really good.
Listen, I can't help but
That's-
get excited when echo-based Gamba comes into play.
Oh,
If only
Although
I
this-
had rolled a 6.
would have been nice. Although this does remind me, I completely have not used planning at all yet. It actually seems kind of thematic that Ramil, while stuck in bed with no one to talk to, would then just start planning.
Sure. Go ahead and
I'm
plan.
gonna. Wha-
You whispered to me again, you fucking... you fucking
Oh,
goober.
oops. I said it to that because I was gonna tell you about the ad break.
I did it again.
You didn't have to... Okay. Okay, so when you make a group check as a leader, you get to do your funny little thing.
Yeah.
Cool. You're doing your planning and you're thinking of and going over all the shit you guys have to do. You have to phone in back to the casino to inform them that they got the package. You have to, at bare minimum, touch base with Fling and figure out what's going on in Volanta, in the prison. See if you can get them out.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to do that? What if you can't get them out?
He starts like placing calls, like contacting the operator to get phone numbers and all that.
And you kind of start racking your brain of how the fuck are we getting out of all this mess?
He just sighs to himself as he's going over all of it. You know what? Should do at least one thing right on this trip. Might as well be this. And that's all.
Okay. I look around the classroom to see if anyone else has a hand they'd like to raise.
Shall.
Also, I noticed an issue. If you look closely, planning has a target of 1 ally.
Can
You are not an ally.
he would probably target Salmon actually? Like getting all the stuff prepped for Salmon. To,
I'm gonna
like,
be real. I'm a loosey goosey GM. I'm
Oh.
vibe based. In this situation, I'll let you apply it to yourself.
Okay.
But going forward, I shall be more stern.
I will bear in mind.
Bear this in mind.
As the night begins and the sun, whatever light remains, fades away completely, Selman would come to visit Rumiel with a bottle in each hand. He just sets one down next to Rumiel, then sits in a chair in the room, pops the cork on his, and takes a massive swig of it.
You know what? I guess I was starting to feel kind of thirsty. He goes to take some himself. So, sea salt. Let me see what my odds are with this one. Seem like you got something on your mind.
My fault.
I mean, we'll
bloody
sit there.
fault.
One more time.
It's my bloody fault.
Part of it, yeah. Sure. Thing is, you weren't exactly the only one there now, were you? Each and every single one of us could have done something about it. Hell, if anything, it's real funny. You know, he very wearily and unsteadily raises his now bandaged left arm. Thing is, I guess it kind of worked out. A while back, only reason I could even start to do any of the magic you seen me doing, somebody really wanted me to kill things like that. So think about it this way. I could say the exact same thing. It is my fault. If I was better at the exact thing that I was made into that ruined my life, he'd be fine. But I wasn't. Was I? You gonna hold that against me?
You actually believe that for a single second?
Then let me ask
Not
you a question.
your crewmate who threw him into the pit.
He was all our problem. Elliot and I walked all the way there with them. If either of us been paying attention, I'm sure we'd be able to figure out there was something off about him. We didn't. We were too busy bickering. The last thing I ever had a chance to talk with him with was arguing about carrying that stupid fucking box. So, the reason I asked you if any of us couldn't stop it from happening, it's on all of us. It's not on you. It's not on me. It's on we. And I, for one, would rather think about keeping the rest of us in one piece. 'Cause trust me, I really damn well know you can mess up a hell of a lot in your life. If that was enough to keep me down, I'd have stopped trying a long time ago. So, are you ready to keel over and give up?
There's a flash of anger at your words, and then eyes closed, a deep, deep breath. You know, I expected something completely different walking into this room.
Oh,
He takes
what?
another big swig.
What? Did you want me to yell and scream at you? Is that what you're looking for?
I don't know what I expected walking into this room. I just know that whatever it was, it isn't this.
Look. I've never really been great at cheering folks up. If anything, every time I open my mouth, it seems like it just kind of makes things worse. But I'd really like to actually be able to help somebody one of these days. Even just the once would be nice, you know?
Selman flicks the compass open in his free hand. Stares at it for a long, long moment. Flicks it back closed. Holds it up to his chest. There's one less monster in this world. One less bastard from that ship.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do something fucking right if we take each and every one of them down for once. Maybe I'm just blinded by vengeance, rage. Same as when I first saw that bastard in there.
You know, you're right at that. There's one less monster in the world now. But there's also one less really damn good person out there, too.
Probably the best out of all of us.
I was, honestly, I was kind of jealous about how, despite everything, he's still always chipper, looking at the bright side of things. And I'd like to be able to make the kind of difference that he did. He looked sadly down at his arm. I've only ever really been good at breaking things, you know? Be nice to fix something. So, even if I'm bad at it, he finally unclenches the bandaged hand to reveal the still preserved scrap of blue cloth.
That's his, isn't it?
It's all I could hang on to before he was pulled away.
He was gone before I even had a chance to try.
Look, sea salt, salmon. I don't know about you. Trust me, I'm so damn bad at it, it ain't even funny. He holds out the bandaged hand, shakily, towards Selman. But how's about we try and be decent people? Help somebody for a change, yeah?
Selman is crying while he's laughing. You don't want to make that promise with me. The last person who made that promise with me, they ended up bait for a fucking calamity.
Well, I guess we're in damn good company. Every person I've ever loved in my life is dead or gone. So you know what? Sounds like we're a damn match made in heaven, huh? Take my fucking hand.
He does. We'll make sure the rest of them, Echo, Ryan, the other crew, we sure as shit don't deserve a good life. All the shit we've been through and the shit we've done. But we can make sure that they don't have to go through this.
Yeah, somebody that's real bad at being a good person. I think we can at least pretend. Let's get them home safe. All of them.
Selman's going to pop open the other bottle and hand it to him.
Cheers.
Two
No.
fuck-ups. Trying to make sure that everybody else gets out alive.
Not what I was gonna say, but you know what? I can drink to it.
Clink.
And I think they probably don't have a whole lot to say after that.
And
Just
at this
quietly
point, Echo
drinking.
just burst into the door.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with
I have to deal with an ad break.
it.
You want to snooze it?
You want to snooze it?
I've snoozed it twice already.
Oh,
We have
you
one
want to
more.
deal with an ad break? We can deal with that.
Just give me like 3 minutes and then you can burst it.
Nope, no worries.
So how do you feel about that one? Cole?
I like that a lot. How do you feel about it?
That's not where I expected to
Holy
go, but
shit, guys!
Alright.
What the fuck?
That was so good.
yeah, no, that one fucking was nowhere near where I expected that to go, but man, I love where it went.
I remind you, Ramil's theme is guilt.
Mm-hmm.
He's not actually driven by anger. He is driven by guilt.
I would, however, like to use that as the rest scene to make a bomb.
Hey,
I'd probably
hey.
do the same.
I would
But
like
we're
you
gonna
guys to
roll.
do that after the break.
I will wait. I just wanted to mention that now so I don't forget.
I get it.
Don't worry.
I like that a lot, though. That was fun.
Oh, yeah. Like that moment of Selman saying, "This is not what I expected" when I walked in here. That was genuinely my reaction too.
Listen, I talked about this with a few people, but I knew ahead of time how today's session was gonna go, so I prepped perfectly for today's session. I have 2 things.
Yep.
I have the fight, and then I just have a note that just says "Time to mourn."
Sounds about right.
I do hope it's conveying that Ramil is trying his best. He's just really bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
My sad boys. Love all my boys. I'm gonna look back at like the early Fading Tides episodes and just openly weep.
Man.
My fellas! Where did all my fellas go?
Guy, we miss you.
Mm-hmm.
I miss my friend.
I miss my
Ah.
friend.
Tears pouring from my eyes. Oh, my fellows.
Oh my god.
I feel that,
Sad.
V. I feel that.
Oh yeah,
Sad-
absolutely.
Sadly exclaims all my fellas.
My lore posts.
Yeah, I hope what I added to your scene was okay.
Oh, I loved it. Thank you
Mhm.
so much. It's gonna get a hell of a lot worse.
I try very hard not to tell you how your character feels, but I do like making sure you know what your character is aware of.
Oh yeah. I did not feel piloted at whatsoever. If anything, you gave so many more reasons for Echo to actually be not just blaming himself, but blaming the actions that were taken and blaming.
It's my son. Curse out more people. Tell more people to fuck off.
That is the first time he's been actually
Get
rude
angry.
to anyone. That is the
Mhm.
first time he's genuinely been rude to a single person in any of the crew.
Emil deserves it.
Echo thinks he
Mhm.
does.
I'm not disagreeing.
All right, I think we're home free. I think we're good.
Free.
All right, so at that moment, the floor is yours, Key.
Echo doesn't really burst through the door, but I assume it's a dark, windy night. The door will open and Echo will step in and he's carrying a bag. His face seems a lot more preserved than when he last left, but he will walk in, close the door behind him, turn around, and see you two drinking. And he will simply just. Drinking isn't a good idea after being heavily wounded either.
You know what? You're right. And
He is.
he looks very pained as he breathes in. And I appreciate you looking out for us. And you know what? He glances down at the blue piece of cloth in his hand again. You're right, by the way. Real full of myself to ask you about what you're thinking when I wouldn't tell you a damn thing about me. So I'm sorry.
Not asking for an apology. The thing that I'm simply trying to tell you is that if you're going to try and see what I can do to make other people feel better, how about you think about how you've been treating them first, before even making an ounce of thought or action to even try to think that you understand.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about you. You know nothing about me. I don't know anything about either of you. Let's just get ready to go when we're ready to go. Let's fucking go home already.
Selman stands up and walks over to Echo.
Echo has not been making eye contact whatsoever. He's been staring at bodies, he's been staring at feet, but he is just keeping a blank stare. He is carrying a bag. It seems to be a bag of bought items.
Sit down.
I've got other things to do, Selman.
No. Not tonight, you don't.
You don't decide that for me.
You just said you don't know anything about us and we don't know anything about you. That's almost true. But we all know one thing about each other. And that's we all just lost somebody important to us. I think, in order to honor his memory, three of us should sit down and at least have a drink in his honor.
Forcing him to do something he doesn't want to isn't going to help anybody, sea salt. What I can say, Echo, I understand if you don't want to. But if you ever did want to learn, we can talk. For what it's worth, I'd want to learn more about you.
That comes as a surprise. Echo will slowly begin to walk over to a corner. Any chair that might be in a corner. And he'll sit down and place down the bag.
Selman goes back to his armchair and sits again. He will pour 2 more drinks. One he will put in a place where Echo can get it if he wishes to, and the other gets placed upon the windowsill.
I've never really talked about this with anybody before. And the reason why I've always kept everybody at arm's length. He squeezes the piece of cloth in his hand. Is because every time I get close to somebody, they're gone. And I don't want to be the cause of anybody else dying anymore. So, I am sorry for treating you all the way I have been. I've just been afraid of getting close.
Selman takes another big swig of the drink, finishing the bottle and putting it back down. You both deserve to know why that happened. Who that man was. And he is going to take a book, now a bit battered, a little bit of blood on it, and set it down on the table. That man's name was Carson Melling. He was a member of the crew that I served with before the Void Venture Company. He's the man who nearly killed me. Him and the rest of the crew formed a mutiny, chasing after a fucking calamity. Last thing I remember from it was trying to stop it before an anchor broke and threw me into the void. He looks directly at Echo with that last comment. And then just turns away and sighs. They took somebody, used them as bait to draw on the calamity. I objected. Wasn't right. Wasn't fucking right. And then it ended up drawing the calamity in before we even knew what hit us. The boat was in splinters. I don't know what happened to the rest of them. At least I didn't until today. I flew off the handle today. And frankly, I deserve whatever you have to say to me, Echo. Elliot was the best out of all of us. He looks like he's trying to find something, a word, anything. But it comes up short, and he just closes his mouth.
It not just be something about someone who just died being the best of us, or someone who gets hurt making it their own problem, or someone who attacks someone who probably would have attacked him anyways in the first place. And not just stop for a moment and think that at this moment, I've never seen someone die before. I know how people look at me I know how people see me, and I know that when I walk around and do stupid things, the looks you give me. It's not about me. Elliot's dead. I'm starting to come to terms with it. I'm trying to come to terms with it, because I don't know how else to try and move on from it. Talking about what guilt, what special things happened to cause you to act the way you did, those are all things that you can say, but it's not going to help. I don't want to talk about these things. The last thing that happened to me was we came back and I was told to join your guys' mission. The last thing that I had to do before any of this was get told that I'm not even a part of the only thing I had left that I ever knew. People looked at me with malice ever since I came to roulette. I might ask dumb questions, but I can at least tell when people don't like me. I'm not that stupid. He is looking directly at Ramil.
You're right. I never looked at you and saw you. I saw memories of a place. I can only think about how it ruined my life. And I can talk about all the sad things that happened to me. That doesn't make it fair how I treated you. But I'm sorry. And it isn't easy seeing somebody die in front of you the first time.
Mm-hmm. We have a job to do. I'll figure out how I'm supposed to feel about it later, but right now, you two are the last people that I want to try and figure out these feelings with.
That's fair.
So, looking at both of you, will then look at himself and then just once again have a confused look upon his eyes. I don't even know why I'm feeling this way anyways. Doesn't matter anyways.
It does matter. And that's not something just coming from me. It matters because you're human. You're not a machine, Echo.
Sorry. It's not even in my right to be talking about any of this.
Admittedly, I for one did ask. You don't have to, but I did ask.
Much as you say you were just put here, you're a member of the crew, same as the rest. Every member of the crew has a right to speak their mind. Doesn't matter if you were here 5 minutes or 5 years. Never been good with any of this. But even being as shit as I am at it, crew needs to look after its own.
You know, I think we're all kind of bad at it in our own special ways, don't you think? I'd like to be better at it someday. Ramil sets down the drink that he was handed on the nightstand next to him. Not having drank from it again, pushes it off to the side a bit. I think a good place to start with that is taking advice from people when they're trying to look out for you, huh?
Yeah, I think you're right. Especially when they know a little more about it than either of us do.
It's just simple science. It thins the blood.
You wouldn't have said it if you didn't give a damn. I can respect that. You cared enough to say it. Even knowing how much I didn't like you. Says a lot about the person that you are. Not the person I thought you were.
Maybe the entire reason why I'm so angry at the fact that you're acting as if you knew me or you knew what I was. Maybe the entire reason why I'm so angry at the fact is because I don't know what I am. There's a whole lot of different reactions to a whole lot of different things that have told me that I'm either one thing, a good kid, or another. A monolithian monster.
I don't think there's good people or bad people. I think there's doing good and doing bad. People are just people.
I think you're just Echo. And that means whatever you want it to mean.
You know, the funny thing, it was Elliot who kind of gave me the first thoughts about possibly being even the slightest bit good.
He's got a funny way of doing that, huh? He really does, doesn't he?
You're such a strange man.
Someone's gonna stand up and sit over next to Echo. Not too close, but close enough that his presence is there. Elliot had a funny way of getting into people's hearts, making them care a little bit.
I think he was the first person who's ever actually approached me and asked me for help without it being an instruction or a demand or an expectation. He just went and asked me without a single worry, other than the fact that I might have found out something that he wanted to keep secret. And yet he still asked.
Someone takes a deep, sharp intake of breath with that. Then let me be the second. For him. Let's figure out what's wrong.
What's wrong?
Solomon looks to Ramil.
What's wrong is I miss my damn friend.
I miss him too. It's just gonna
I just want my friend back.
I low-key think that's a good place to end that session.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Man. I feel things.
Me too.
Me three.
I was into that. That was good.
fuck, man.
Everybody gets 9 experience points.
What?
Yay.
Yay! I shake your hand, Cole, in the crying.
I shake your hand.
am so happy. I don't know if happy is the right word. I love how pivotal Elliot as a character became in everyone else's stories just by being Elliot.
Oh yeah.
It was so pivotal.
He's just a
It's not
silly
forced.
guy.
It's not
Guy.
like forced in or anything. It's just like it was just sincere.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I could gush forever. Something about literally every single one of your interactions with Elliot being you telling him to shut the fuck up and threatening to shoot him, and the last thing you said is, "I miss my damn friend," and crying.
Yep.
I'm in agony.
Oh.
I'm in so much pain.
Ramil's trying real hard, okay? This isn't easy.
I was waiting. Everyone was staying mad and like fucking being all like fucking cold. And then I was like, ah, there it is. There you guys. Ah, let it out. It's good. Yeah.
You did this to us, Guy. Yes, you did.
Hi, guy.
Hi, you have fun? You have fun listening?
Of course he's having fun. He's having the time of his life right now.
He's like, you.
Because guys like me is watching people feel strong emotions about their little blurb. It's like, hey, yes. Yes, cry, bitch.
Yeah.
Phenomenal scenes from everybody. Fantastic role playing, fantastic giving each other weight to what you're doing. Fantastic combat. That was great.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You guys were under a lot of pressure. You guys pulled through.
God, he hurt. He hurt a lot when attacking.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
I found out real good, yeah.
But you guys hurt back. Like Ramil fucking fucked him up.
You bet your
Yeah.
sweet bippy I did.
I do like the combat in Fabula because of the pace. It can go very quick. Like you guys, like they can chunk you, but you can chunk them right back.
Yep.
It's very fun.
I like it that it's just like person does thing, then you move on. I like that so much, and it's not like, well, I'm going to like move 5 feet this way. I'm going to do this. It's,
Yeah, I mean, you guys take the time to roleplay outweigh your actions, so it kind of balances out to being also long again at the same time. But we like those RP sessions. We like the RP. We don't like the fucking number crunching.
like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's like
Flavor.
worth the time investment, right? Like, because that's like something you remember.
I will never get over your description of shot after shot after shot.
I'm glad you liked that.
That was such a good description. You,
Real good.
Fucking, like, everyone did so fucking good, but God, Key.
Key did phenomenal.
I'm so
What did I
proud of
do?
my son.
I look left.
You
I look
did
right.
so good. Your scenes
Oh,
were
yeah.
so good. You RP'd so good.
You did
I mod check.
fucking amazing.
Mod check. Huh? What did I do?
You All-Star, MVP.
Absolutely.
I do hope I wasn't taking a lot of like.
No.
attention.
No,
No.
not at all.
You did fantastic, and you should own that.
I feel like I shouldn't. Oh, stop! No, stop! Seriously.
I am not one that gives like mandatory compliments about anything. I mean it.
You all did amazing yourselves as well. Every scene that you guys had has been a joy. And Luca, your DMing, I love it so much.
Mod check.
Mod check. Hi, Mod. Oh, hi, V. How's it going? Don't worry, I'm not denying compliments right now.
I am.
Don't look at me.
I'll be honest. I am.
Just-
I'm not good at taking
know.
them.
I noticed.
I like to hear them, but it's hard to accept.
Luca,
What?
you're amazing.
I'm trying to
This
compliment
entire
the players. I'm not here.
This entire
Well, guess
game
what?
has
The
been
players are
such-
gonna fucking compliment the DM.
This entire game has been such a fantastic opportunity and like experience all around. And the way it's been facilitated has immensely helped with that.
I need to boot my wife.
Let's go make it better.
Etsuko make it better. Echo's supposed to make it better for Etsuko.
Who's telling her Elliot's dead?
Yeah, so
Echo.
I was gonna come bound to that eventually, but yeah, you guys are due to touch base with the casino and be like, hey, we got the package.
Mhm.
So something to consider until I see you guys next is who's making that call and are you going to tell her?
I think this one's gonna be all you, Ramil.
Why no?
If Ramil doesn't do it,
I mean, he would, but
Selman.
You don't have to
Selman
decide
will
now.
have to-
You don't have to just,
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Mhm.
But holy fuck, going back to fucking booming about everyone being really fucking pog. Selman's and Ramil's collaborative mental breakdown.
And
Yeah.
mental
Fucking-
healing.
I had no idea where that was gonna go, and I could not be happier with where it went.
Ramil really is trying. He is.
Listen, you
She's
have a
not
chance
good
to
at
prove
it.
yourself. It's time to bust your other friends out of prison.
Hell,
Mhm.
you see that's easy. Emotion, nah. Jailbreak, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
go ahead.
no, go ahead. Nah.
I insist.
I do hope that the right emotion came across with Selman trying to explain things. Because he doesn't understand people. That's not him. He genuinely thought Echo was mad because he didn't understand what the fuck was going on and why.
I think
So I
Ramil
hope
started
that,
picking up on it a little bit.
I hope that came across right.
I think it did.
I'm very interested in Selman because he's developing as a much different character than I thought he was going to be.
Same.
Like he's very not perfect, and he way more often than I had expected says the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in turn pushes people to be more honest because they have to correct him.
Yep.
Yeah, Ramil had to be like, no, don't force him. He could stay if he wants. Don't tell him to sit down.
Yeah, that was for sure the wrong move.
Oh, absolutely.
Not
He is
without a single
salty-
doubt. The
I-
entire reason why Echo came
IRL
into this.
like cringed and recoiled. It's like, oh no, no, don't tell him to do that. He's in his
He is
rebellious
a-
arc.
Yep. He is a salty old sea dog. He is older than most of the cast, and it shows.
You want to know
I
the
think-
reason? Sorry, finish your thought.
Oh no, no, you go first. You went first.
It's a brief note. The reason in character why Ramil piped up is he knows he never would sit down if somebody said that to him right now.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
would never.
As a player, I know that. As a character, Selman is not in the right state of mind to be understanding that.
Listen, you gotta do what the character would do, not necessarily what you want to do.
Oh
Yeah. I think it worked.
Dude, this session.
Mhm.
The way that I wanted to portray Echo specifically in this moment wasn't just that he's confused and doesn't know how to feel. He's confused, he doesn't know how to feel, and he feels like there needs to be someone to blame.
Mhm.
But the only people he can blame are people that he has to both work with, himself, and it's not even their faults to begin with because he's smart enough to deduce Carson was the one who threw the first actual punch. Carson was the first to actually reveal how he was, and he could have played the victim. He could have been extremely surprised to Selman attacking him, and he could have gotten us on his side. But no, he threw the first punch to attack. It was not anyone's fault here. It was entirely Carson's. But he needs to understand, and he felt like he needed to blame something or someone.
It's hard to be a logistic and cause and effect kind of individual in a world where things happen and it's not fair, but that's just the way it is.
Exactly. And he's trying to understand that, which is exactly why he snapped at Ramil specifically. Because, again, he's not stupid, he's just naive. He can tell when someone doesn't like him, and he's already seen a painting of Monolith on fire. He didn't understand it, but he's beginning to.
The session's gonna live rent-free in my mind for literally forever.
It was a good one.
Alright, we can end there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming in today's session of Trials of Triad. Fading
you enjoyed.
Tide Session 7.
I hope people enjoy watching.
Oh my God!
Oh, he's alive! Never mind, I'm not sad anymore. Let's go.
I'm alive, guys. Look at me.
He's right there.
I just rise out of the hole like the fucking Undertaker.
Kneel the undermine.
Oh. I just wanted to come in real quickly and say you're welcome for the trauma.
Thanks.
Fuck you. Fuck
Thank you.
No, do
Yeah.
more. Make them cry
Wow,
harder.
this was wonderful.
I can't wait till Cole/Ramil has to drop the news to everybody at the casino. That's gonna be great. I'm gonna love every second of it.
Who's gonna tell Esco that her crush is dead?
It's gonna be like one of those things where it's like he's about to walk out the door. Oh yeah, by the way, fucking Elliot's dead, and then just walks out just to make it not awkward.
It's like,
Goodbye.
what? Bye!
Fell out a hole. He's fine.
We
I
don't
think I
have-
need a new yap where it's just X's over the eyes when I fucking join him, just so
No,
people
it's
know that.
gonna-
Oh, what's wrong with him?
It's
Oh,
gonna
he's
be
dead.
it's gonna be the Family Guy death pose.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Good, amazing shit, guys. That was genuinely awesome when you guys were all mourning and stuff. Good RP. See, you see
So,
what happens when
this was-
death happens.
This was the second part of it, and I'm sure that this is gonna follow us forever. But I wanted to make sure that Elliot's send off felt weighty and mattered, and I hope this made you happy.
Oh, I was overjoyed when this is happening. I'm not that much of a psycho. I wasn't like, well, everyone was doing like genuine crying RP. I wasn't like, I wasn't doing that. But I was just like, yeah, this is why death is very good in RP, because you can have situations, fucking like that, where relationships get stronger and stuff, and people really think, oh, I was a piece of shit to him. Looks at Cole. That was
Look
good.
at my character. Don't look at me.
I am. Look at me. It looks like my foot is going into your ass the way our fucking images are.
Stop
right next to
kicking
each
my
other.
ass.
I'm gonna
You're
kick your
dead.
ass. You were mean to me on the train. You were mean to me on the box. Now you feel bad, don't you?
He's afraid of connection, and now he doesn't have a chance to fix it.
Yep. Because he's dead.
Hey,
So
here's
can
the
I
thing.
can I end stream now?
Elliot's-
Yes. No. Absolutely not. No. This is the podcast
Just
section.
one quick thing before stream ends. Elliot's death is what is technically forcing Ramil to have to make connections.
So basically, Elliot is the protagonist. All right, great. That's all I needed to hear. Goodbye.
Everyone,
Jackass.
real.
Asshole.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. I'll see y'all next week for Coming Shores. And I haven't figured out the rest. At some point, we're gonna have a meanwhile in prison situation, but I need to figure out when that will be. I'll keep you updated. But until then, bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye
Bye-bye
now.
now.
Bye-bye now.
Good night, everybody.
Stay safe.
I would raid, but it's like a fucking
It's late
Remember,
o'clock.
it's fucking
Press
late as
F
fuck.
to flip Warthog.
Press F to pay respects. Can I get F's in chat?
Bet your sweet Pippi we can.
Right.
Goodbye,